All right, welcome to Module 3. We are rolling right along here into platform comparison, a look at the leading content management systems out there today. And yes, they're some of our biased favorites, but they are also universally known and tried and tested, and they've been around a long time. We wouldn't tell you about them, and it's our personal mandate at Social School to not wholeheartedly endorse a tool or a piece of software that we haven't ourselves used and paid for and really loved, and one that is established enough that it's not going to be a flash in the pan, gone tomorrow, and you're left with something that is, obsolete or sold to a bigger company and no longer exists. These are very established companies that are leaders in website technology for a reason and safe bets for you to get involved with. So the good news is that it is a fantastic time to own and optimize and leverage the heck out of your own self-managed website and e-commerce enabled if you so choose. As I said earlier, they're all e-commerce and blog enabled and many other integrations too, like email marketing and other marketing built-in tools, the all-in-ones, if you will. But you don't have to use all those features right away. But it's good to know that most of the platforms now have them. So yes, your site can indeed be awesome. It can be beautiful, it can be functional, and it can really generate the leads and conversions that you're looking for. No coding or outsourcing of a developer required, and no custom garbage either. Custom is wonderful if you have the budget and the time and the wherewithal, but most of us do not. And even the companies that do invest heavily in a custom website, when it's time to revamp it every couple of years, because that's the world we live in, where website design changes, kind of like fashion. Every other year, there's a new way to scroll or a new drop-down menu that's cool or something outdated that we need to get away from. That's the system that we're living in. And so we want to have the keys to it. We want to be able to overhaul or reskin our websites with new themes and new widgets and plugins and utilizations all the time. So we're going to look at WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, and Kajabi and focus on the last three as our go-to CMS tools. Now, WordPress, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention, the reason being that it is the largest hosting system of all websites on the internet. Not all websites, but 40% of all websites on the internet are built on WordPress as of 2021. And that number is growing all the time. So yes, it is exciting because it's endlessly customizable. You can pick a theme and pick the plugins and elements and widgets and functionalities that you want to drop into it. And then it's up to you to maintain the security of it. So the problem here becomes when people underestimate what that means. Not only do I have to update my WordPress software every year or more, but I have to update my theme. I have to update all the elements that I've added into it, or these open source. I've got a Revolution slider, really neat photo sharing tool on my homepage, and that's from some dude in Serbia. And then a really neat calendar app that I found from this developer in Brazil. And then my Instagram feed is feeding in, and that plugin was built by someone in Toronto. And all of these things need to be kind of working together and updated simultaneously, and things can break really easily. Also, because it's open source, it's very vulnerable to brute force attacks. And if you don't have a proper budget and skills in place in order to maintain the security of your site, let alone the updates, you can be in some trouble. So just a word to the wise, WordPress is not as secure as it maybe once was because hackers are often one step ahead, and you're going to find yourself in some trouble if you're not really well versed in that language and in that amount of time and effort that it takes. So not to scare you off entirely, but if you know what you're doing on WordPress, wonderful. For many of us, Squarespace is a fantastic alternative, and it's closed sourced. It's owned by one company called Squarespace. They develop every theme, every element, every piece of these sites. And it's been known for years as a beautiful place to build a website. And now the function has caught up to the form. So we've got many different opportunities within our one Squarespace account to add in marketing elements, membership elements, and all sorts of e-commerce tools. Not quite what Shopify is, but not bad. And really beautiful, seamless starting points on these templates. Don't let anyone tell you that a Squarespace site is very templatey, because you can customize the heck out of it. And also, less is more. We don't need sites that are epic custom built monstrosities that look different. Well, that's not the point. As a user, I want it to work. I want it to be clear and concise. So we can do that extremely well through Squarespace, and it's very affordable. Lots of opportunities to upgrade if you need more from it, whether that's more subscribers, more pages, e-commerce, etc. But it can start off really affordably. You can host your domain at Squarespace as well as your website, which is really nice too for billing reasons and, account administration. Next up is Shopify. This, as I mentioned earlier, is Canada's most, valuable company. And it's fantastic that it is, because it's technology and it is helping businesses, particularly smaller businesses and startups, get online and start selling really, really fast. And it used to be known for its function, very much e-commerce, but kind of ugly or very same. And people would often build their shop in Shopify, so their online store, and then they would just pull the products out and embed them onto their Squarespace site or their WordPress site, but use the functionality of Shopify's checkout systems and product pages. Well, now we've got these beautiful front-end themes that we can really sink our teeth deep into a Shopify site from start to finish. There's so many connectivities here with Facebook shops and just other large programs you're going to see all the time. Would you like to integrate with Shopify? Yes. It's such a universal website tool. So a really safe bet. A fantastic place to start is just go to Shopify and start cruising through the templates and see if you can find a design that you like. From there, you may want to take our Shopify course to get it all set up and running. And I also encourage you to check out our tool shop for a little bit more of that. And even within your workbook here, actually, I've got our best in class, some really great examples of Shopify sites that you'll be surprised were built on Shopify. Kajabi is our third and final one here that is just my absolute favorite. Kajabi truly is an all-in-one. And I don't just mean that it'll do, your website and handle your email marketing and your lead generation or your signups. I mean, you can build landing pages, incredible email marketing as one-off broadcasts or as what they call pipelines. So not just a sequence of emails, but a sequence of landing pages, forms, emails, follow-up landing page as a thank you page or an embedded video page or whatever it is, just truly incredible marketing and sales tools together in one. Beyond that, it does what it started out as, which is hosting courses, kind of like this one. You're watching this on the Social School Academy website, which was built on Kajabi as a membership page, and then also a place for us to host our digital products and have a really nice experience for you, hopefully. So Kajabi does all of this, and it saves you from having to outsource or have a third-party tool to do just the landing pages or just your email marketing, because that's when our marketing technology can really start to cost a lot of money, is when we're layering on all these other pieces and thinking to ourselves, God, I wish I had one tool to rule them all. And I truly believe Kajabi is that. You can build a beautiful website, but also have those other pieces of the puzzle in there too. So learn more about it in our tool shop if you like, and or reach out anytime. These are some examples of Kajabi landing pages that are really, powerful starting points that you can edit and customize like crazy. And just a note quickly about landing pages, although we're going to talk about them again a little further in the course, is that a landing page truly is just a one action site. It's a mini site, a microsite. And there's no top navigation. Sometimes there's barely a footer navigation, maybe just a logo to get back to your homepage. But the idea is that it is a single focused entity. So when I get there, I'm not distracted by your email pop-up telling me to subscribe or your main navigation with a million drop-downs or some kind of streaming Instagram feed at the bottom of your page and a bunch of other copy. There's just literally one call to action and one thing for me to do. Register as a pre-buyer of your new book, or sign up for that upcoming webinar, or subscribe to your brilliant e-newsletter and get that coupon as a velvet rope offer. So the idea here is that we're able to have a website building tool like Kajabi or Squarespace or Shopify, and also be able to just create a landing page whenever we need it without having a third-party tool like Lead Pages or ClickFunnels or something else that's generally $100 a month. And when we're building our landing pages, they're always on the same URL, as our parent site, which is also really nice, as opposed to, again, for SEO reasons, like we talked about earlier, bumping us off to something like leadpages.socialschool.net or something like that. It's always going to be on your parent domain. Really good for SEO value. That brings us to the end of our quick platform comparison there. Remember that in your workbook, you have plenty of examples. I'll get to those in a later module, but I just wanted to give you a reminder. And I will see you in module 4 as we talk about navigation and user journey.